In a week that will leave General Hospital fans speechless, secrets simmering in the shadows of Port Charles finally ignite into an explosive firestorm. And at the center of it all, Trina Robinson, whose unwavering determination to protect the people she loves uncovers Kai's most shocking truths yet. What began as a dangerous game of seduction, manipulation, and control ends in a cataclysmic revelation that threatens to burn Kai's entire world to the ground. For months, Kai's calm, charming exterior masked the truth, but now, the real story emerges. His past, his dangerous allegiances, and a mission so dark it threatens to destroy Port Charles itself. Let's dive deep into every twist, every betrayal, and every jaw-dropping reveal as Trina unmasks Kai and turns the entire town upside down. At first, Kai slipped seamlessly into Port Charles society, a magnetic presence whose quiet charisma drew people in. Some saw him as a philanthropist. Others saw him as a dangerous enigma. But Trina Robinson, ever intuitive, noticed cracks in his perfect facade. Late nights where Kai would vanish without a trace. Conversations he'd suddenly end when she walked into the room. Unexplained phone calls in hushed tones. Whispers of a past that never quite lined up. The more time Trina spent around Kai, the more she realized something chilling. His charm was hiding something monstrous. Yet it wasn't until Trina stumbled across a single piece of evidence that everything began to unravel, a name scribbled in a notebook Kai thought he'd hidden, Khalil Bakari. Trina's discovery launched her on a relentless quest. With the help of Jocelyn and Spencer's old contacts, she dug into the name Khalil Bakari, uncovering a labyrinthine web of aliases, offshore accounts, and criminal ties. Each clue painted a darker picture. Kai wasn't merely a mysterious new face in town. He had lived many lives, under many names, each tied to powerful figures in the world of covert operations, private military contracts, and black market deals. But it wasn't until Trina reached out to an unlikely ally, Anna Devane, that the final pieces fell into place. Anna recognized the name immediately, Khalil Kai Bakari, a covert operative-turned-mercenary who once infiltrated European intelligence agencies. His reputation? A man willing to do anything, betray anyone, for the right price. But what shocked Anna most wasn't Kai's past. It was what he had come to Port Charles to do. Anna's confidential files revealed Kai wasn't freelancing. He had been hired by a client whose identity chilled Trina to her core, Brennan, the fallen WSB director, now believed to be orchestrating an international network of chaos. Brennan's plan? Kai was tasked to infiltrate Port Charles society, manipulate key residents, and destabilize the town's power structures. Port Charles, still reeling from mob wars and spy scandals, was the perfect target, a powder keg waiting for the right spark. Kai had been using charm, secrets, and blackmail to turn people into pawns. Seducing powerful women to gain access to private accounts and confidential files. Blackmailing political figures in Albany to block investigations. Planting false intelligence to provoke Sonny Corinthos' organization into violent overreactions. But what was the endgame? Trina and Anna discovered the horrifying truth. Brennan planned to establish a secret base in Port Charles, a staging ground for covert operations that could destabilize entire regions, and Kai was his inside man. As Trina pieced together the evidence, she realized the betrayal wasn't just professional, it was heartbreakingly personal. Kai had carefully wormed his way into the lives of people she cared about, whispering secrets into her own ear to isolate her from friends, manipulating Drew Kane's financial data to cover Brennan's laundering, spreading rumors that nearly destroyed Curtis' reputation at the Savoy. Most devastating? Kai had pretended to fall in love with Trina herself. In whispered late-night confessions, Kai had promised her everything: adventure, passion, partnership. But every kiss, every touch, was a calculated move to keep her too close to see the truth. Yet Trina couldn't shake one question. Did Kai ever actually care? Some of his words had felt too raw, too real. Could there have been a moment where the mask slipped and Khalil Bakari truly let himself feel? The final showdown came in the least expected place, General Hospital itself. Kai was there to steal confidential patient files, evidence Brennan needed to blackmail prominent residents. But Trina, emboldened by the truth she'd uncovered, cornered him in a deserted corridor. With a trembling voice, but eyes blazing with fury, Trina laid it all out. "I know who you are, Kai. Khalil Bakari, Brennan's mercenary. You came here to destroy everything I love." Kai's smirk faltered, replaced by something that looked almost like regret. "Trina, you don't understand," he began. "No," she cut him off. "You don't get to talk anymore. You lied to me. You used me. And you nearly destroyed this town." As hospital security closed in, Kai whispered a final confession. "I did love you for a moment, but I can't change what I am." Seconds later, he was arrested, dragged away as Trina watched, her heart breaking but her resolve unshaken. News of Kai's true identity sent shockwaves through Port Charles. No one could believe it. The charismatic man who had been everywhere, charity events, art shows, even family dinners, had secretly been Brennan's weapon. Sonny Corinthos, furious that Kai's manipulations had nearly pushed his organization into war with rivals. Drew Kane, stunned to realize Kai had used his company's resources to launder millions. Curtis Ashford, grateful to Trina, but haunted by how close Kai came to ruining the Savoy. Jocelyn, proud of Trina's courage, but terrified at how easily Kai deceived them all. Even Anna, no stranger to betrayal, admitted she hadn't seen the full picture until it was too late. As part of a deal to protect himself from Brennan's retribution, Kai made a full confession to authorities. His chilling words, later leaked, revealed just how deeply Brennan's plot ran. Brennan had operatives embedded in local government, the police, and even parts of the hospital board. Kai had been sent to test Port Charles's vulnerabilities, to see how quickly secrets, rumors, and fear could unravel it. A second phase of Brennan's plan, still unlaunched, would have permanently changed the town. Trina's bravery didn't just expose Kai, it derailed Brennan's entire strategy, buying Port Charles precious time to fight back. This isn't just Kai's story. It's also Trina's. What began as heartbreak became transformation. She confronted betrayal not with vengeance, but with courage. Instead of letting Kai's lies destroy her spirit, she turned them into strength. She chose to tell the truth, even knowing it could put her in danger. She refused to become another victim of Brennan's machinations. And in doing so, she inspired the town to stand together rather than be divided by fear. While Kai sits in federal custody, Brennan remains at large. His network wasn't built overnight, and it won't crumble overnight, either. Will Brennan send someone new to finish what Kai started? Could Kai, driven by love or guilt, flip and testify fully against Brennan? And what secret files does Kai still possess? Documents that could expose even darker truths about Port Charles's past. Trina knows this isn't the end. It's just the beginning of a larger war. Even with everything exposed, Trina can't stop replaying Kai's final words. "I did love you for a moment." Was it real? Or just another manipulation from a master deceiver? Some days, she believes it was genuine, a glimpse of the man he could have been. Other days, she reminds herself that Khalil Bakari built his life on lies. The truth, she knows, might be forever lost in the shadows of who he truly was. As residents process the revelations, trust becomes harder to come by. New security measures at General Hospital and local businesses. Sonny's organization quietly purging potential infiltrators. Anna ramping up investigations into Brennan's remaining assets. Drew Kane working to recover stolen funds and rebuild his company's reputation. Yet amid the fear, there's resilience. The town has survived mob wars, kidnappings, and family tragedies. It will survive this, too. Moved by Trina's bravery and sharp investigative instincts, Anna invites her to help analyze Brennan's files. It's an unofficial partnership, but one that could blossom into something larger. Could Trina be drawn deeper into a world of espionage and secrets? And if so, will it harden her or make her even stronger? In the aftermath, another bombshell emerges. Kai's backstory is darker than anyone realized. Kai was recruited as a teenager by covert agencies after surviving a brutal childhood in war-torn regions. His skills were honed not in choice, but in survival. Over the years, his identity became fragmented, Khalil Bakari disappearing into Kai, the charming mask he wore in public. The tragedy? The man Trina knew did exist, hidden under layers of trauma, loyalty, and manipulation. A man who, for one brief moment, might have wanted redemption. In the end, Kai's secret wasn't just a plan to destroy Port Charles. It was a story of a man who had forgotten who he truly was, and a woman brave enough to see through his lies. Trina's journey reminds us that love, no matter how real it feels, can still be poisoned by deception. Yet her courage proves that truth, once revealed, has the power to heal even the deepest wounds. Kai may be gone, but the echoes of what happened will shape Port Charles for years to come. Will Kai turn state's evidence and finally bring Brennan down? Could Brennan retaliate by targeting Trina or those she loves? And will Trina's transformation lead her into an unexpected new role as Port Charles's newest hero in the shadows? General Hospital fans, stay tuned. Because if this week taught us anything, it's that the biggest secrets are still waiting to be revealed, and Port Charles is far from safe.